Hello friends, welcome to SahuStudies. In this video, we are going to discuss about run length encoding in Power BI. So, run length encoding reduces the data size by identifying repeated values found in the adjacent row. So, this kind of encoding will be very useful whenever we have a data set and for a particular column, the adjacent value has a duplicate rows. So, with the help of a run length encoding, we can reduce the data size of such type of values which is found in the adjacent rows. It reduces the size of the column by replacing duplicate rows with a table containing each distinct value and the count of the instances. So suppose we have a column. In that particular column, there are a lot of duplicates are there. So how the run length encoding will going to happen? It will create a table, and that table will contain the values and the amount of the number of duplicate values which is present in that particular table. I will discuss in the detail in the next slide what I means that replacing the duplicate rows with the table containing each distinct value and the count of the instances. In the next slide, I will discuss in this in detail. It works when the same value is repeated in the consecutive row. So this is the one of the prerequisite to apply the run length encoding function, because it will going to apply only those value which is repeated in the consecutive row. But vertipaq engine automatically sort the data on import and refresh to find the comparison. So this is the one of the prerequisite that repeated in the consecutive row. But what if the data is duplicate, but the data is not present in the consecutive row, means that the duplicate value is not present in the consecutive row. So how the run length encoding function will going to apply? So whenever we are going to import the data into the Power BI, so what Power BI does, it automatically sort the data and refresh the data to find out the optimal comparison. So when the sorting of the data will be done, then the duplicate value will be present in the consecutive row. And when the Power BI figure it out, okay, this column has a lot of consecutive duplicate value which is present in the consecutive rows. So let's apply run length encoding function. So let's discuss how it is getting stored with a very simple example. So suppose this is the pin code. Okay, this is the pin code, and these are the data which is stored in this column, and this is the data which is visible. Now we can able to figure it out that this is the duplicate, and it is in the and it is repeated consecutive rows. This is also a duplicate which is repeated in the consecutive rows, and this is also a duplicate which is repeated in the consecutive rows. So when this kind of a data Power BI figure it out, it will going to apply the run length encoding. And how it will going to store? It will create a table, and whatever the value which is present in this column, it will going to take this value, and what is the number of records which are duplicates, it will put in the form of count. So there are four rows are there, and each duplicate value, whatever the duplicate value this is present in this table, it is putting like this. So this is a very small data set, but suppose we have a millions of records, and only these four records are present. To amount of space which will going to require to store millions of record, and whatever the amounts of space it will going to require to store these 4 records. We can imagine how much space we are going to save. And this is how the data is getting stored in the Power BI. And of course, we have mentioned that one row per distinct value. Here, one row per distinct value. This is the one distinct value. This is another distinct value. This is another distinct value. This is another distinct value. And here, what is the count? Duplicate counts, which is present in this table. In this way, run length encoding function stores data in the Power BI. Thank you. If you like content of my video, then please subscribe my channel, like it, comment on it, and press the bell icon to get notification whenever I add videos.